Hi, welcome to our Friday edition of the Performance Cafe. It's great to have you guys here on this, what I'd like to call Friday. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's been a cold and miserable week, and now the sun is out. And so it's going to be great to enjoy spring finally, a couple of days late. Ooh. Let me put that down. So today's episode sounds a bit like a joke, because I've had two separate interactions this week that I'd like to tell you about. And it's so interesting because as different as they are so crucial to business performance. And actually, whether you're a small business or a big business, the dynamics are slightly different, but they're still important. So I want to tell you about the entrepreneur, the accountant, and the lawyer that walk into a bar. Now, they didn't really walk into a bar, they walked into a meeting. But it was really interesting to watch their dynamic. They were discussing one topic, but they had three different perspectives. The lawyer was coming from, this is what can be proven. The accountant was looking at, this is the logic and the way that their brain financially wants to structure this thing. And the entrepreneur was sitting there thinking of alternative ways of doing things and trying to find solutions. And it was just so beautiful because in this whole process, of course, a problem had to be solved. And it really highlighted to me how different people have different talents, different strengths, different skills. And I think in business, we try and manage performance uniformly and fairly and consistently. And I think there's place for that. But I think the difficult thing is that there's no way that you're going to please everyone with your approach. So it's really a balance for me between consistency and fairness, but some form of sort of tailoring and understanding that person's point of view. My second example is that I'm working with a lovely business. It's a small business, and they have 3 members in their leadership team. And they came to me and said, how do we optimize? And I think they understand this world of small business so well, from the perspective that there are 3 of us trying to manage a whole business. And there aren't a lot of people. We're not at the point where we can go all corporate. But at the same time, we've got to make the most of the potential of every single person. And they're starting with their leadership team and saying, what are the strengths of the leadership team? And lovely in the approach of where can we complete each other? And it was so amazing because we did the strengths profiles and we're getting ready to go into the team dynamic sessions. But in the discussion with each person, it's amazing how the tension gets removed the moment they understand someone else's strengths. Well, it actually is amazing how the tension is removed from the room the moment that they understand their own strengths. So for once they understand why they're being triggered. So the question is not anymore, am I being unreasonable? They now can say, oh, I have this strength. That is why I get triggered. So for example, let's say you had a team and one person was really strong on futuristic. These are people who look forward. They're very excited about the potential, in the future, what the world could bring, what opportunities there are. And then you put them into a meeting with someone right now who is really, really suffering and struggling with COVID. And this person is like, I can't even think straight right now. Can you get out of the future? We're in trouble now. And so you can see how that can create tension. But then it's at that moment where we realize, hold on, that talent, that is a strength. That's something that's really, really precious and can be used. So then we ask the question, instead of being so stuck in the now, we say, okay, I feel stuck in the now, right? It's not about dishonoring my strengths or where I'm coming from. What do you see in the future? And use what that person sees to see how you can start slowly moving out of the stuckness of the lockdown and everything that we've been through. And so here are these 2 disparate points of view where actually in the one case, the lawyer, the accountant, and the entrepreneur couldn't learn to speak each other's language. And it was really uncomfortable, and nothing was really solved, right? There were steps forward because they're professionals and they know they have to. But on the other hand, you've got this little team going, hold on, I'm good at this, you're not good at that. We're a small team. Our roles are very fluid. Let me support you with my strengths and you can support me with yours. And I predict wonderful things for that team now that they understand each other's language, how they understand how they maybe rub each other up, because sometimes strengths can cause friction, but now they can also see why. It's not personal. That person's not trying to be rude to me. That person's not trying to affect me negatively. What they're trying to do is just display the strengths that they are naturally good at. And so, in closing, I think that my message is, whether you're a small business or even if you're in a larger team in a business, in a large business, what the important thing is to maybe step away from these rigid notions that we've got, that people are all cookie cutters and they only have one thing and one way and they should only do things one way. And we should ask, what is our goal? What are the kinds of things that we need? What are the strengths that we need? What are the skills that we need? And how can we apply whoever in order to fulfill those? And I know right now, everyone in the large corporates are going, their job profiles, we can't work outside our job profiles. Actually, we can. And it is called cross-skilling. And it is not only important for keeping employees engaged and excited about work, but it is also good as a risk management measure for the business, that there is a backup. If something should happen, we've got a backup. If we get into much work all of a sudden, there's someone else that knows how to do it, right? So we can have that continuity in the business. So it's not only good for the people, it's good for the business of business that we do this kind of thing. In honor of Performance Cafe 2.0, I'm going to follow my own advice. I think we should get away from where you are just listening to me the whole time. So now on Fridays, I'm going to launch Coffee Companions for Performance Cafe. And that is where I interview someone, and every Friday we talk about something related to performance, whether it is risk management, whether it is teaching yourself to be more resilient as an individual. I am busy lining up people as we speak, and I think the next person on my list is in technology. So we can maybe talk a bit of interesting things about Big Brother and performance and how we see that. Until then, I hope that you have a good weekend. I hope that you will continue to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that you will on LinkedIn and Facebook, please like, comment, and share these videos. Until Tuesday, I hope you have a good week, and then I'll see you at the Performance Cafe.